You know those days, or maybe even weeks, where you just feel kinda off? Like you're not really sick, but your energy is tanked, you feel a little foggy, and your body just isn't cooperating? Well, let's get into it, because that feeling is something I think we all know. Yeah? If that sounds familiar, I really want you to know you are so not alone. It's a super common experience in our crazy modern lives. We're juggling so much all the time, it's almost easy to feel drained or just out of sync. And a lot of times, the reason we stay stuck feeling that way is because of this myth. This idea that to get healthy, you have to do something huge and complicated. We imagine these extreme diets or fancy gym memberships, and honestly, it just feels like way too much. But here's the thing, the truth is actually way simpler and way more doable. Real, lasting wellness isn't about these big, grand gestures. It's built from the small, simple choices we make every single day. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. All right, so let's start at the very beginning with the foundation. We're going to look at four pillars that are absolutely key to supporting your health every day. And the best part? They're totally free and accessible to everyone. Okay, so here they are: hydration, nourishment, sleep, and movement. I know, they sound super basic, right? But trust me, when you get these working together, their combined impact is incredibly powerful. Let's dig into each one. So, first up is hydration. And what's wild is just how much even a little bit of dehydration can mess with us. We're talking about it directly hitting your brain's performance. You know that afternoon slump where you just can't focus? It might not be about being tired. You could just be thirsty. Next up, nourishing our bodies with food. A really great place to look for inspiration here are the blue zones. You know, those places where people live these incredibly long, healthy lives. And their secret? It's not some crazy restrictive diet. Nope. It's just building their meals around whole, plant-based foods that give them real, lasting energy. And that brings us to pillar three, sleep and recovery. This is when our body does all its important repair work, but the quality of that sleep is everything. Just creating a simple evening routine, maybe shutting down screens a little earlier, it sends this massive signal to your body that it's time to chill out and get that deep, restorative rest you need. And last but not least, we've got movement. And listen, this doesn't mean you have to hit the gym for 2 hours. Seriously, studies show that just swapping 10 minutes of sitting for some light activity, a walk, a good stretch, can make a real, measurable difference to your health and even your mood. Okay, so we've got our four pillars. That's the ideal, right? But let's be real, our modern lives can make sticking to them pretty tough. And that's where we run into something called the nutrition gap. Take a look at this number, 90%. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a huge number, and it points to a serious gap in how we're eating. Yep, a whopping 90% of us are not getting the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables every single day. That means the vast majority of us are missing out on these crucial vitamins and minerals day after day. So why? What's going on? Well, it's pretty much the reality of our lives, isn't it? We've got crazy schedules, we're eating on the run, and sometimes, let's be honest, grabbing a processed snack is just easier. But that convenience has a hidden cost, because a lot of food processing actually strips out the good stuff, all just to make it last longer on a shelf. So that's the big question, right? How do we close that gap between what our bodies are screaming for and what we can actually manage day to day? Well, this is where smart support for your routine comes into play. But here's something you really need to know. Not all supplements are the same, not even close. There's a huge difference. You see, whole food supplements come from actual food, which means they've got all these other nutrients and enzymes that work together, like they're supposed to. On the other hand, a lot of synthetic supplements are just isolated nutrients, which can be a lot harder for your body to actually recognize and use. And that's why it's so key to look for brands that are totally upfront about where their ingredients come from. You want to see that they're all about whole food ingredients and that they have real science backing it all up. That's how you know you're getting something that's both natural and effective. For anyone who's just looking for a simple, no-fuss way to get started, a daily packet that puts all the key stuff together can be a game changer. Take something like NeoLife's Pro Vitality, for example. It's literally designed to help fill in those common nutritional gaps in one easy packet a day. And if we actually peek inside one of these packets, you can see that whole food idea in action. It's built to give you important nutrients from all over the place. You've got your healthy lipid from whole grains, your protective nutrients from fruits and veggies, and even those crucial omega-3s from fish. They're all in there working as a team. All right, let's pull all of this together. Your path to feeling better isn't some giant leap you have to take. It's really just about taking small, smart steps. And you can start today. And just remember, the absolute best approach here is all about balance. The real goal is to build up those great daily habits, those 4 pillars we talked about, and then use really high-quality whole food support to help fill in the gaps where life gets in the way. Because in the end, it all comes back to this one powerful idea. Feeling your absolute best isn't about making one perfect decision. It's the combined power of all the little positive choices you make for yourself every single day. So I want to leave you with this to think about. It doesn't have to be anything huge, seriously. Maybe it's just drinking one more glass of water today, or maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk after lunch. What is that one small choice you can make for your own wellness right now?